So I was asked to do a edit tutorial on how I do my edits and stuff, and I apologize if my voice is a bit scratchy and stuff, but this video also isn't extremely perfect. As you can see here, I ended up bucketing black instead of erasing like a total tart, just to keep it PG. But I recommend putting your screenshot before your background, so that way you have the screenshot in the size that you need and not the size of your background. But you just basically choose one color for your background before your screenshot, and then erase all the colors with bucketing erasing. I don't know if you know how to do that, but you just choose the bucket and click erase, and then erase everything. And then you just zoom in your background as much as you need. Don't forget to erase your black lines and adjust it and stuff. Yeah. As you can see here, do your touch-ups if you see any of your background colors still clashing with your background. You want to pick a new layer and start your shadowing. Keep in mind where your shadowing is gonna be for your video, like not your video, your edit. Keep in mind where you want your lighting to be, and I recommend starting with the clothes and then going to the skin and then the hair. You can use magic wand and you select all of the clothing and it will keep the coloring inside. I chose to just do one character first and then do the other clothing because I just find that much easier than just full on going in with both clothing in case you need to make adjustments to one or the other. I chose to do like a really weird lighting for this one. I don't know why. I'm just really dumb. So you just go in, do it all, do all your shadowing. I took a black and then just changed the layer opacity, I think is how you say it. I don't know. I'm really tired and dumb. But you just go in and then you can also use the blending tool to make it look more realistic. But if you want like a harder shadow, I mean like one that doesn't blend in, then just change the opacity or whatever and keep it like that. Here I'm just doing my lighting, making sure all my lighting's nice and good. I kind of already pre-did my lighting with my shadowing, but that's fine. That works too, but you still want to go in and do your highlights because it makes it look nice and clean. Do not use blending on full because then your color will just basically completely poof away, and that's not good. Now you go in with the skin. There's two different ways to shade skin. You can do it with black or you can do it with layer multiply. That just multiplies the color and makes it darker and stuff, but you're going to want to go with the magic wand, select all your skin, and depending on how you're doing your lighting is how you're going to actually shade your skin. I tried to do the layer multiply, which you're supposed to normally do, but it looked really dumb with how I'm doing my shadowing, so I just went in with black and did the face and shadowed it all. Don't forget to do the neck too and stuff. That's important. And the ear. I forgot the ear somehow. If you are not doing it layer like the skin shadow color, I guess is what I'm gonna call it. Do not keep it on multiply, because some colors just are dumb on multiply. Like white doesn't work on multiply. I don't know what other colors don't, but always keep your shadow and lighting on separate layers too. Because then you can just adjust it how you see fit in case you need to change your opacity and stuff. I feel like I'm saying this wrong and I'm gonna get so many comments about how I'm saying it wrong, but it's fine, it's fine. Forgot to do the legs, going in and doing the legs. Gotta get them boys nice and crisp. Ferrets won't shut it up, but ignore that. Dang. Yeah, just like I said, reminder, keep your skinning, well, your shading and lighting on separate layers. It helps a lot. When you go onto the hair, you're actually gonna want to do multiply, not just black shadowing, because it makes it look all the more better. For some reason I couldn't get that to blend. I guess it just didn't want to work for me. I use Ibis Paint X. I don't know what you guys use, but that is a super useful arting tool. But just if you're also doing like multiply shading, skin shading, like I did, make it so your actual shading isn't visible, and then go in and do it. Otherwise, it's gonna like mess the whole thing up. But like I said, I don't know what you guys use, but I use Ibis Paint X, and it's like super useful, I guess, and like handy. I don't know. I really like it. It's easy to use. Don't forget to click all of your hair and stuff. Like, I don't know why I'm so dumb, but I always forget to click all of the hairs. I'm not very talkative, I'm sorry. Just make sure you also match up the color with the area you're doing. Especially if you have a character with like different colored hair that's like faded and stuff. Because like one shadow isn't gonna work for all. It's different colors and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not really talkative. I don't know what to talk about. For the white, like I said, the multiply doesn't work, so you're just gonna go in with a gray and shadow it, and then keep it on the wand and blend it all so the blending doesn't go outside of the area you want. Like I said, remember to get all the hairs, because I'm retarded. But blend it all when it's in the magic wand, because then it looks way neater. Now you're just gonna go in and do the next person's character. Like I said, it's best if you just keep them separate so you can change the lighting according to character, because each person isn't gonna have the same lighting. It's kind of different for each one. I'm not like a super wizard with my edits. This one isn't as gory as I normally do, because, you know, why not? I'm not in a gory vibe today, I guess. I didn't really expect to be making an edit video, but, yeah. If you guys want to see me doing one of the edits from a different video, I can take that off of Ibis and, like, slow it down and explain stuff, I guess. But it does take a lot of the actual work that I did out of the video. But like I said, keep in mind your shading, because if you go to a different character and try doing a different shading style, it's gonna mess the whole thing up. So make your shading match each character. Otherwise, it's gonna look really stupid, like mega ultra dumb stupid. There's lots of pauses in here because I was doing other stuff, you know, because I have a life, sorta. I really don't like talking. I'm not used to actually using my voice in my videos. I'm not a voice actor or anything. I mean, I considered it, and then I'm like, whoa there, bud. Voice is ugly. Don't do that. Again, keep your lighting and stuff on a different layer. Keep it nice. I like to do my shadowing so it outlines my highlighting. So it makes my highlighting match up with it, I guess. But however you want to do it, if you want to shadow it all and then go in with the lighting, I guess you can do that. The gloves on Gacha Life, they're really weird, especially these ones, because like if you do the magic wand, it will not select the like detail curve thingy in there. So you have to make sure that is blended. Otherwise, it just won't match. And me being dumb me, I tried to go in with a gray instead of a black for my shadowing. Yeah, you just go in, blend it all, make sure it's all nice and neato. And then this dude's face, I was confused on how to do it. Oops. I was like, oh, I'll do it super cool and stuff, and then it looked like super dumb, and I'm like, whoopsies. So I ended up fixing it later on in the video, but I tried to make it like one of those street thingy lightings. I don't know how you'd call it, but it didn't turn out well for me. I guess I just need more practice. But I tried, I guess. It counts. But no. If it doesn't look right, it's fine. Just fix it, I guess, is my best answer for stuff. Like I said, this video kind of pauses a bit here and there because doing stuff. This hair, I kid you not, was the most painful thing in my whole entire life. Like, there's so many little spots to click. It was painful, but I had to get it all done. So, I know for a fact I didn't get all of the hairs for that one. I didn't really care because I just did shadowing. I didn't do lighting for the hair on this one because it's like he's in the shadow of the other dude, I guess. So I just did shadowing. And I don't know when, but I somehow managed to erase his horn. Like, did I do it? What? I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have to look back on the video and see when I did it, because that's like, I fixed it later on, don't worry. But yeah, change your opacity, get all the blending in. Starting to sound like a makeup artist, ewy. Me being dummy, not knowing how to fix this. Realizing I did it on the wrong layer. Going to the right layer, fixing it. Deleting that layer. Fixing my lighting. Make it look nice and clean. I did mess around with lighting later on in the video too for the backgrounds and stuff. But for this, the eyeballs, you just want to make like a U shape. A little tiny U shape at the outside for the highlights. Which makes the eyes just pop a bit more, I feel like. That's what I did for my last video, at least, when he had like the one eyeball that was still had the black pupils. I don't know how to explain it. Then you want to just clean up the outside edge because you want to keep the outside edge a darker color. It makes it just pop more. I don't know. I'm starting to sound like a makeup artist, But I just went around and cleaned up the outside edges. Because, why not? And then to do the glowy thing, you just kind of plop a bunch of the color on, make a design if you want it. I decided to do a design. You change the opacity and then blend. Because if you blend too much for this one, it will actually like completely destroy your pattern that you have. So you just want to change the opacity and then blend it out. And then I showed you again this one, but this one you just put the blending at full. Well, almost full, and then you just change the layer stuff. I did the green on a different layer than the red too. Now for the lighting, you're going to want to do it over the screenshot too. Because then it makes your like glowy eyes stick out more. Do your shadowing. Blend it all, blah blah blah. You've already heard this like 20 million times. Make sure your lighting matches the colors of the background though. Because you're going to have like blue from the sky and like yellow from like city lights for this background, I guess. I'm so horrible at talking. This is why you don't socialize kids. But anyways, continuing on. Just choose the opacity until you get it to a spot that you like. I don't have much else to say. Make sure that your blending's good. Otherwise, you're gonna have like a weird standing out line that's like big ew. Here I'm drawing back his horn because I just noticed that it's gone somehow. Trying my best to make it match. Realizing that it won't match because I'm on the wrong layer. And I have the black stuff going on to make the eyes look out. There you go. That looks right, I guess. Good enough. Changing more lighting, making sure it looks nice, showing you guys off. Seeing if I can add any more details to the eyes. Deciding to switch some layers around. Blending the skin in better, yada yada yada. Just some final touch-ups you're always going to want to do. Make sure you got everything how you want it. If you look at the picture and be like, yo, this is missing something, fix it. It's easy. So, just changing some layers around, making sure it's all nice, how I want it. Blending that in more because it stood out too much. And boom.